Welcome to the Spooky Chef. I'm your ghostess, Battina. I'll let people just call me Batty. Today, we're going to make these lovely severed lady's fingers. But don't worry kids, they're not really fingers, they're just almond cookies. They're pretty easy, so we're just going to jump right in and do it. Our first step will be to combine 1 cup softened butter, 1 egg, 1 cup powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon almond extract. I like to put a little extra. And 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. You blend it together with your mixer and spatula to scrape the sides until you have a nice smooth mixture. For our next step, we're going to combine our remaining dry ingredients in another bowl because we love bowls. And we're going to start with 2 2/3 cup flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then you're going to combine them all together with a spoon. Alright, our next step will be combining our dry ingredients with our gooey ingredients. And just introduce these ones into that. Start mixing with a spatula or a spoon or whatever you have, but there's so much flour that you have to get into this wet mixture that you're going to have to get your hands dirty and just do it. After you have all of your ingredients combined into a nice firm dough, you're going to want to put it into the fridge for at least half an hour. It makes it easier to work with. Luckily, I have this all already pre-made, so we can just keep going. This is a good time to preheat your oven to 325 degrees. Before you even start working with your dough, it's good to spray your cookie sheet with vegetable oil spray so you don't end up with sticky fingers.
As a devoted fan of the Spooky Chef, when I'm working on my own fresh baked horribles, I like to use Spooky Chef brand spatulas. They just make everything taste more disgusting.
Spooky Chef brand spatulas, coming soon to a store near you for the low introductory price of $2.69.
Next, you take 1/4 of your dough, take a glob from that, and begin to shape it into fingers. Roll it between your hands, all that kind of stuff. And then put it on your cookie sheet. Keep on doing that. All right, our next step will be adding blanched almond fingernails. You place one at the end of each of your fingers, and next we use a paring knife to create knuckles, 2 sets of them, and slashes, because you're going to want to add your raspberry jam. And I like to mull up the bottoms so they really look severed. Put the fingers that you've just assembled into your preheated oven. And you will cook them for 20 to 25 minutes. I start out at 20, and we're going to take out these ones that are already done. Now that our fingers have cooled, we're going to place them on wax paper and apply the blood. But it's not really blood, friends. It's seedless raspberry jam. You melt it before you use it, and then we just take a little scoop and put it under each fingernail. Put that almond right back on top. Put it in any gashes that you made. And then on the bloody stump, you can probably use whatever kind of jam you want as long as it's seedless, but I think that raspberry is the most bloody. Now that we've got our lady fingers all gored up, that's like dolled up, but for dead things. You just can't do anything else but eat them. That's what I'm going to do. That's really good. It's like an almond shortbread with a little bit of blood. All right. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I'd like to thank my studio audience, the Ghost Brigade. I wish that you could see them. They're lovely. But you know, ghosts are really camera shy. I'd like to thank you all, and I hope that if I haven't scared you off, you'll tune in next week for Bleeding Heart Cupcakes.